Oh, another creator saying what I've always been saying.
Why do woke writers and producers go after legacy franchises?
3 big reasons, real quick. They have no talent and have to depend on someone else's story. The original doesn't fit their headcanon, so they're going to rewrite it so it does. And money.
Properties that have been around for decades and beloved by millions, it's not just because they cannot create, they must repurpose in order to destroy. If you remember, since the time during the rise of wokeness, during the second Obama administration, there was a concerted effort to destroy wisdom, to look at elders passing down wisdom or past generations as being bigoted, racist, horrible people.
Is that a thing? Like, several movies from Hollywood do respect older generations passing the buck down. Star Wars is a counterexample, but the new Creed for Rocky disproves that. I feel like you can go back and forth with that one.
In the same vein as why Democrats were tearing down their own Confederate statues and still trying to push the idea of the party switch.
Based.
The idea that young people, not even out of high school, had more wisdom and empathy and compassion for others, that they were the smart ones, that they understood the world and that their elders did not. Wokeism must erase history and revise it in order for it to hold any type of supposed moral authority.
That's heavy. Trying to unpack that would take a while. My quick take is that the younger generations desire a higher level of empathy without understanding what empathy is. They prescribe to a reality that doesn't exist. But it's admirable to want it.
This is why we had narcissists like Kathleen Kennedy projecting themselves on screen, as all woke writers do, with Rey Palpatine. Rey had no training. She was just great at everything. She could fly the Millennium Falcon. She could use the Force at will as soon as she understood that she had the Force.
It was more of a gendered base than a self-insert. It was the rise of the girl boss mentality. I've made a couple of videos about it. This need to demasculate men and to emasculate women that led to a lot of modern social dating and real life issues.
You had enemies like Kylo Ren, who really never had any build-up or any chance. And I don't mean to crap on those actors. I actually think those actors are pretty decent.
Absolutely. You should never go after actors, because 9 out of 10 times, and even the 10th time, it's probably not their fault. Even though I hated the new Star Wars trilogy, the actors I thought did a fantastic job with what little they had to work with.
The same reason why they turned Mark Hamill, who's one of the biggest lefties in Hollywood, they took Luke Skywalker and turned him into a homeless, defeated Trump supporter living on an island out in the middle of nowhere.
I don't really get that take. Did I miss a scene with him wearing a red hat somewhere? I guess, are you trying to make a claim that he was an adherent to traditionalist value? Because his whole character arc was the opposite. He gave up on traditionalism and became a hobo, which is why he faltered.
The very image of a character who had so much empathy and compassion, so much hope for his own father, who's a genocidal murderer, that he was willing to give up his life in order to save his father's soul. That idea, that character in and of itself, is about believing in the past. It is a
Oh, I get it now. In general, I get the take of this creator, but here's the big difference that I have. He's interpreting a story in his own way and projecting it into his own values, which is not what you do in writing. It's not what you do in reading comprehension. It's literally the opposite. You're supposed to take the story and pull out the thematic aspect and then apply it to yourself. You are taking your own personal interpretation and you're imposing it in the story and then get upset when it doesn't match the current narrative being portrayed. It's definitely true that they betrayed many of the thematic elements of the original Star Wars, but the one you're currently prescribed to is not even associated in the main story.
They want you to believe that everything before them was horrible.
Well, yeah, like I said, they want to rewrite it so that it matches their headcanon. They don't like it over the fact that it didn't tell their story their way.
That Brie Larson really broke a glass ceiling by being the first female superhero.
It doesn't surprise me because none of them actually consume the comic books that they claim to want to be an advocate for, because the original first superhero movie led by a female action hero was in the 1960s, Batgirl, or Wonder Woman in the 1970s. This is a hot take, and he's kind of right. Just ask this community. They can tell you all about it. Or this one.
It is about attacking your wisdom and your love and your faith in these franchises and the characters that help to develop who you are today.